In the last section, we created this automation where we had a Google Drive trigger, checked for any files inside this incoming box and moved them into the process box. We're going to use that as the base. I'm going to come back to personal, and I've made a copy just by going here and duplicating it, and I've called it log drive files. So we're going to start off with the same automation and we're going to add to it. Now, to prepare for this, I'm going to go over to my drive and I'm going to create a Google Sheet. And then in the column headers, I'm going to say timestamp for the first column and file, well, we'll call it file name for the second column. We'll have file ID and then let's have the file size. Now these are attributes of the files that we are moving. So when they're moved, what I want to do is I want to grab this information, timestamp, the file name, the file ID and the file size, and add a row to this table so that it can keep track of the transfers that are being made, the files that are being processed and then moved. So let's give this a name. I'm going to call it drive log, and we'll leave it open so we can come back and see it easy enough. There it is, drive log. At the moment it's empty. Right. Now what we want to do, as information is moving through this automation, we want to create a list of certain fields, and we want to keep the fields as timestamp, file name, file ID and file size. So we want to extract those as we are moving or after we've moved the file. So what we're going to look for is, you can just type set. It's basically the edit fields set node, and this is the node here. If I just come back, you can see that's what it looks like. And what we do is we drag the fields that we want to map inside here. Now the first one was the timestamp. The timestamp is actually down in the variable control, so I'm going to drag that now in there, and you can see it's been added. Now I want to get the next one, which is file name. Here's the file name coming from the moved file. The next one was the file ID, and then we want the size. Now the size should be here under the Google Drive trigger. If I can find it, here we go, size. So I'll drag that down as the last one. So what we are extracting in this is we are getting a timestamp from when the file was moved, the name of the file, the ID of the file and the size of the file. Let's close that. And I've already added some files to the incoming, so we can test this now. Now, when we ran it before, we wanted it polling indefinitely, and so we published it. As long as you've got files in that incoming folder, you can just execute it with the execute workflow. If you try to do that and there's nothing on in the incoming, you'll get an error. But we've got two files in there, so it should work. So let's execute. Okay, let's move the files, and right. It says now expects an object, but we've got, right, okay. So if I open this up again, what we have up here in the now, it's showing that now is an object. We don't want an object, we just want it as a string, because this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so we've just changed that to a string. Let's close that, and we've now got nothing in the incoming because we've just processed them. So let's add one back. I'm going to go to organize, move, click on incoming and move. And now our incoming should have a file, as it does. Let's try running it again. All right, workflow executed successfully. Now let's have a look at the edit fields. So up here we've got now the timestamp. We have the file name, email client inquiry 4. We have the ID of the file, and we have the file size. So we have all the information we've got there. What we need to do though is transfer it into a row under these columns. So we're going to add in a sheet. Google Sheets, we'll just add any, it doesn't matter. And what we want to do is make sure the credentials selected, sheet within a document, because we're going to be looking at this specific sheet, which is called sheet 1. And then we want append row. We're going to add a row to the end, and then document from list. We can pick our document, we called it drive log, and then the sheet It's going to pull up all the sheets on that drive log. So we've got now sheet 1 of drive log. And then down here we need to map the variables to the different columns in the sheet. Now we're actually missing the size field, so let me just refresh. And there it is. We now need to map the fields in our edit field that are coming through from the last node into this one, so that this node knows where to put each piece of information in that table. So the timestamp, that is the now. The file name is that one. The ID is that one, and the size is that one. So let's close that down. Let's go back, and we need to move some files and pretend that some files are being dropped in. Let's move that one to incoming. We'll move this one to incoming, and we'll do one more. Let's do number 1, organize, move, whoops, organize, move, incoming, and then move. Right, so now in our incoming we have 3 files, 1, 2 and 4. Let's go back to our automation. Now if everything works, the trigger will trigger because it will find files in the incoming. It will create a list of the files, it will then move them, it will then create the fields in a table of the information that we are extracting from what's coming through. So we want timestamp, file name, file ID and file size. And then in this one, it's going to, if I open it again, it's going to append a row to the drive log file, the sheet 1 sheet, and this is the mapping. Okay, so the timestamp comes from the edit fields now, the file name comes from the name in edit fields, the file ID comes from ID, and the size comes from size. Let's run it. I'm going to open up the logs here, and we'll just pull up the edit fields so you can see the 3 files, the timestamp, the name 1, 2 and 4, ID and the file size. And then if I pull up the last one, that should have moved it across. Let's go and have a look at the incoming. That is empty. Let's look at the processed. They're all in there. Let's go over to the sheet. And if I just select this and resize it so you can see it. So it's moved those 3 files across, and it's recorded the information that we asked it to. That's it in this video, where we've looked at writing data to sheets. In the next one, we're going to look at reading data from the sheets.